to W. Dean Shook, in time prophecy news and current events. Stay tuned.
Professional identity thieves constantly search your information for vulnerabilities. At LifeLock, relentless protection of your identity is their primary mission. They help ensure that you stay ahead of identity thieves. LifeLock is first in the industry to offer proactive identity theft protection. They're Level 1 compliant under the Payment Card Industry Data Security Standards. They have direct access to fraud resolution teams within their extensive network of lenders and service providers. They are experts through leadership with internationally recognized experts in privacy and security, technologies, fraud, and criminal methods. They also partnership with FBI law enforcement and the National Organization for Victims Assistance. Sign up today at WDeanShook.com and receive a 30-day free trial and 10% off your final purchase. The W. Dean Shook program has partnered with LifeLock to make sure your identity remains safe and secure, guaranteed. Get your 30-day free trial of LifeLock's industry-leading protection at WDeanShook.com. That's WDeanShook.com. GoDaddy offers everything you need to make a name for yourself on the web, from domain names and website builders to complete e-commerce solutions. We've earned our place as the world's #1 accredited domain registrar by delivering world-class products at competitive prices and support them with industry-best services delivered 24/7, 365. We're proud to serve our customers from locations around the world. Sign up now at WDeanShook.com and get your domain name as low as $5.99 a year. Sign up now at WDeanShook.com. Go, Daddy. Go, Daddy. Don't worry about your food supply when a disaster hits. At Buy Emergency Food, their focus is to provide families and individuals with the highest quality food storage available, along with the most effective survival gear online. Hi, I'm W. Dean Shook, and our friends at Buy Emergency Food is so confident that their prices can't be beat. They'll match any competitor's online prices of any product they offer. They've searched far and wide to find the most superior quality products available. Buy Emergency Food is 100% committed to providing these high-quality items at the best prices online. Sign up today at WDeanShook.com for their gourmet taste, easy storage, 25-year shelf life, nutritional information, water filtration, and a portable solar power. Come see why Buy Emergency Food is simply the best brands for providing the basic needs when disaster strikes. And they have free shipping on every order. Nothing's easier than their free shipping policy. That's right, 100% free shipping. Your emergency food is usually shipped within 3 business days. It's fast, effective, and free. Does it get any better than that? The food you need when disaster hits. Sign up today at WDeanShook.com. That's WDeanShook.com. And thank you for allowing me that break. Please, whatever you do, come to the webpage, WDeanShook.com. Visit our sponsors. They are the lifeblood of this program. By all means, come to WDeanShook.com. Give them a visit. All right, and you can also email me. Contact at WDeanShook.com is the email, or if you come to the webpage, there's a form right on the front of the webpage that put your name in there and whatever message you want. It'll come straight to my email. You'll get an auto response that says we have received your message. I respond to every one of these things personally. By all means, feel free to email if you'd like. All right. Let's start first with these children who are genetically modified. It was revealed last night that the first genetically modified humans have been created. This comes from the Daily Mail. It says the disclosure that 30 healthy babies were born after a series of experiments in the United States provoked another furious debate about ethics. You can imagine that. So far, 2 of the babies have been tested and have been found to contain genes from 3 parents. 15 of the children were born in the past 3 years as a result of one experimental program at the Institute of Reproductivity and Science at Barnabas in New Jersey. The babies were born to 2 women who had problems conceiving. Extra genes from a female donor were inserted into their eggs before they were fertilized in an attempt to enable them to conceive. Genetic fingerprints test on 2 one-year-old children confirm they inherited DNA from 3 adults, 2 women and 1 man. The fact that the children have inherited extra genes and incorporated them into their germline means that they will, in turn, be able to pass them on to their own offspring. Oh, my. Altering the human germline, in effect, tinkering with the very makeup of our species, is a technique shunned by the vast majority of world scientists. Geneticists feel that one day this method could be used to create new races of humans with extra desired characteristics such as strength or high intelligence. Writing in the journal Human Reproduction, the researchers led by fertility pioneer Professor Jack Cohen says this is the first case of human germline genetic modification results in normal, healthy children. Some experts severely criticized the experiments. Lord Winston of the Hammersmith Hospital in West London told the BBC yesterday, regarding the treatment of the infertile, there's no evidence this technique is worth doing. I'm very suspicious that it was even carried out at this stage. It would certainly not be allowed in Britain. Well, thank you for you folks in the UK. We appreciate that. John Smeaton of the National Directory of Society of the Protection of Unborn Children said he has tremendous sympathy for couples who suffer infertility problems, but this seems to be a further illustration of the fact that the whole process of in vitro fertilization as a means of conceiving babies leads to babies being regarded as objects on a production line. It's a further and very worrying step down the wrong road for humanity. Professor Cohen and his colleagues diagnosed that the woman was infertile because she had defects in tiny structures in the egg cells. They took eggs from a donor using a fine needle. They sucked some of the internal material containing healthy DNA and injected it into eggs for the woman wanting to conceive. The babies resulting from this treatment have inherited DNA from both women. These genes can now be passed down the germline along the maternal line through the line of the woman. Now, before I go on with the story, what happened with the NEPHILIM gene? It was passed down through the line of the woman. Do you remember in our last program we talked about how Noah and his sons were pure? They had no genetically modified NEPHILIM genes in their system. But it made it through the flood through the woman, through one of the wives of Ham, who carried that gene. This is the same thing, where these genes can be passed through the germline along the maternal line. That means through the woman. A spokesman for the Human Fertilization and Embryology Authority
which regulates assisted reproduction technology in Britain, said it would not license the technique here because it involves altering the germline. Now, Cohen is regarded as a brilliant but controversial scientist who has pushed the boundaries of assisted reproduction technologies. He developed a technique that allows infertile men to have their own children by injecting sperm DNA straight into the egg in the lab. Prior to this, only infertile women were able to conceive using IVF. Well, last year, Cohen said that exercise would allow him to clone children, a prospect treated with horror by the mainstream scientific community. It would be an afternoon's work for one of my scientists, he said, adding that he has been approached by at least 3 individuals wishing to create cloned children. He says so far he has turned down their request. So what's going to happen here when we start messing with the gene line that God has created? What happened last time we did that? What happened last time somebody tried to alter the DNA structure? Well, who was the last one to do that? It was Satan and his minions, as we went through in the last program. Oh my goodness. Well, this technology has reached a point where we're not only tweaking the DNA of human beings, but scientists now want to bring back 22 animals from extinction. Here's the problem, especially as we go forward in this discussion. Let's remember that no matter what the technology is, anytime man comes up with a new technology or new methods using new technology, they always cross the line. What happened when we first split the atom and discovered nuclear? It came out and said this will be unlimited energy forever. And what did mankind do right away? They took that and harnessed that energy and turned it into a bomb. Because this is the nature of mankind, to take any of this and what's intended for good and turn it to evil. The murder of millions of people. This technology that was supposed to be brought about just for clean, unlimited energy. And look what we did. Well, what's going to happen with this? Last weekend at TEDx conference in Washington, D.C., sponsored by National Geographic, scientists met to discuss which animals should be brought back from extinction. They also discussed the how, why, and ethics of doing this. They called it de-extinction. A cover story from this month's National Geographic explains how de-extinction rests on relatively simple premise. It involves taking old DNA samples, reassembling them into full genome, which is then injected into embryonic cells which have their own DNA taken out, and then finding a suitable living surrogate to give birth. Now, the Washington Post said that 10 years ago, a team of scientists from France and Spain almost brought back an extinct wild goat, but it only lived for 10 minutes. They did it, and it raised a host of issues, including how scientists can get a good enough sample of DNA from the extinct animal, or whether or not they should. What do you think? Should we even be tampering with this? There's a few guidelines for which ancient species are considered. Dinosaurs are so long dead they aren't in the picture. Their DNA is long degraded, so researchers are fairly sure that Jurassic Park will never happen. They chose these animals using the following criteria. Are the species desirable? Do they hold an important ecological function? Are they beloved by humans? Are the species practical choices? Do we have access to tissue that could give us a good quality